Welcome, everybody. Happy Sunday to you. We're out here in the bee yard once again. So glad you can join me. And just reminder, this is what I do in my bee yard. Might not work for you in your bee yard. It's your responsibility to test your bees and see what works for you in your bee yard. So here we go. So let's talk about what we're accomplishing today. So today I want to inspect this big hive here, the one that's right in front of you. This is the one that swarmed on me. And I think it was just a little swarm because it's still loaded with bees. So I'm going to go in there, see if the queen has started laying. That's the one I hatched the queen from in my hand. And I had her in the office. But unfortunately, I couldn't put her back in there because I left 2 queen cells and they both hatched. And when I did the last inspection, I saw a virgin queen in there. There was no eggs, no type of brood or anything in there. So what I'm going in to look for is just some eggs or some brood. If I don't see any, I'll give her a couple more days and check again. If not, we probably will have to introduce a new queen. That means that the virgin queen didn't make it back from her mating flight. Now, what happens is they can get eaten by dragonflies, birds, anything that's a predator to bees on the way back to the hive. So sometimes, that queen doesn't make it back to the hive. So hopefully that won't be the case. Okay, what we have here on my other hive, let's switch around here. This is the one that I have the double screen board on. And this is the back side where the 2 doors. And over here now I got the top hive. As you can see, they're coming out the top one. There's one at the bottom also. So after today, I'll be closing this one up and open up the bottom. And then they'll be exiting from the back here. And by that time, the queen should be going on a mating flight. Actually, today is 14 days since I put the double screen board on. And this was the first side that I opened up. So I had them coming out the top here. And then after 7 days, you close this off and then you open the bottom up. And what that does is take the field bees from this box and put them back down into the bottom box. Then what you'll do is you'll open this side up like I just did. So now the bees in here, they'll come out this box from right here and they'll go out. And then what I'll do is I'll close this off, open that bottom one. And what that does, the field bees from this box will start going back in here. And now the purpose for that is to keep this box from having field bees, because you have queen cells in here that are hatching. So you don't want them to prepare a swarm when a virgin queen is born. So what this board does is it takes the field bees out of here and put them back into this bottom box. This board right here separates this box from the rest of the hive, but there's a screen in the middle where they share pheromones. So the last step to this will be to close this one off, open this bottom, and come around here and open this top part right here. And this is where the virgin queen that's in this box, she'll come out and use this entrance to go out and mate. And once she mate, there won't be any field bees in here to do a swarm. So what I'll do, I'll check this box again. And once I see eggs in there that she's mated and laying eggs, I'll take this whole top section off right here. And we'll turn that into another brood nest. I'll put a bottom board on it, another telescopic cover, and we'll take this down to my Delray yard and we'll work this into another colony. So this double screen board is good for a lot of things. You can prevent swarms with it. You can raise queens up here in this top one like I'm doing now. So that's going to be my goal for today. I'll be going in this one here at the top just to check, see how they're doing. And we're going to be looking to make sure this queen here in this one is mated and ready to go. All right, stay tuned. All right, here we are. So we're going in this one here, and we're going to see if we find any eggs. Because the last time we had a virgin queen. So I'm looking down my things, the spaces here, and this one looks like it has the most bees. Well, it's quite populated. This one has less. So what we're going to do, we're going to start right here on this one. Going to separate it. And I'm going to take one frame out so I can slide them around. This is an end frame. Whoa. Looks like I'm actually late here. I see some cap brood here. Some cap pupa. All the way down on the end. Got some pollen. Don't see any eggs. I see some empty frames. Don't see any young larvae. But I see capped. All right, we got the sun working with us. Oh yes, we got eggs. There we go. What a shot that was. So I don't have to go anywhere with this one. You probably won't see this, but we actually got eggs in here. I'm not sure how well my camera will get you a shot and zoom into that. But there is eggs down in that right there. So this inspection is actually done already, because that's all I was looking for. Now the next thing I can do, let's see if I can find that queen. We got eggs here. If I can find that queen, then I can mark her. So I see eggs. All right, you know what? Let's leave that out. Let's put that right here. So see, that's one of the things you don't have to do when your hive swarm. You don't have to worry. They'll make another queen. But the only thing you do is you suffer loss on your honey harvest. Because what happens is when the bees swarm, they gouge all your honey and fill their honey crops to take off to go make another nest. So that explains why my honey production on this hive was down, because I didn't get the amount of honey I was expecting. Okay, so let's continue this. And I'm just going to check a few frames here. I don't really like to disturb there. Yeah, look like she's been laying for a while. If I see her, I'll catch her in my queen cage and mark her. So if you want to see this one, this has some young larvae in there that you can see, that pearly white larva, and they got some of it capped already. So this inspection could have been over. That's all I was looking for. So that shows me that this queen here has gotten mated and she's now laying. So we have a new queen reigning in this hive. So this hive is getting ready to make a lot more bees. So let's see if my fall honey harvest will be grown, if they'll make it in time to get me a good fall harvest. So let's go down. I see this one here is loaded with cap larvae on it. I don't really like these plastic frames. This frame gripper don't grip too good. Okay, so here we go. This is a plastic one. I have to give it a little help. Make sure my queen ain't on here. And as you can see, the pattern of the queen, that's a great laying pattern. All of those cells are close together. They're capped. There's not a lot of spots. And those ones that you do see, there's honey in there. So, and this is my mite strip, which is getting ready to come out. I can take these out. Actually, it's time for them to come out. So that can come out. And let's look around the frame and see if we see the queen. So this one I won't have to worry about swarming for a while or queen cups, because look at that pattern. That's the other side. That's a beautiful pattern. And this is a lot of bees getting ready to be hatched. Now this is funny how they did this. I never saw them do this one. Maybe because I had the auxilic strip right here. So they put all of the brood on this side and they got the honey and the pollen and nectar and bee bread over on this side. That's the first I've seen them do that. So anyway, let me look a little more for that little queenie. And I don't see that little queenie, so we'll get this one back in the box. Let's flip a quick one. Sometimes when you flip this over, she'll run on the other side. So what you do when you inspect the other side, you just flip it over real quick just to make sure she didn't scoop back over there. So this box is on the rebound. Yep, this one is on the rebound. So let's get that. Let's go over here and let's check another one. Got to come out slow because we got a new queen in there. Oh yeah, looks like she's been laying for a while. Maybe she was laying. Now you see how they have this one? I think it's because of the strips that I had there. They got the same thing, a little bee bread patch with pollen, and then they got all of the brood right here on this side. And see, there's some queen cups there. They got a couple of queen. Oh, there she is. There's my little queen. Hey, I found her. All right, let's see if we can get her in the queen holder. And we'll get to mark her. Where did she go? There she goes. Come here, you little girl. Don't you run. She's a runner. She's trying to run. Got her. All right. I got her in there. Okay, there's my queen right here. So what we're going to do, we're going to push her up to the top till we get her thorax up there, and then we're going to put a blue dot on her. So let me get my pen ready here. So what you want to do, you want to test this pen. You got to push it down till you get the ink to come out. So you don't want to drown her. So you can use anything. There we go. We got it now all blue on the tip, and you just want to push her up lightly to the top and then put a mark on her. She's piping. Oh, that's the first time I heard a queen pipe. I got to get her to turn her back over. All right, we're going to have to get rid of these bees off the top. I might have to take her in. Okay. Get to the square. I'm trying to get her in a square. There we go. So I got her in a square right there. So we're just going to put a dot on her back. A nice dot. Get her marked. I need some more to come out. That's a little tiny one. Okay, I got her marked. Let that dry. So you let it wait for a little bit till the paint dries. If not, the bees will get it off of her back. So I'll give her a little thing. She's upset because I got her in the cage. I heard her piping, making that sound. So let her run around, let her calm down a bit. Hey, so we got a lot accomplished today. Look at that. We found the queen. We got her marked. And we got brood and eggs. We got all stages of brood. So now this hive is doing good. See, the queen has an attendant in there with her. And now you got two other ones coming to try to rescue her. They realize she's in there. So I'm going to put her back now. That should be enough. Let me put the cap back on my marker so the sun doesn't dry it out. Oh, you know what? Let me get the queen back. The last time I had one, the bottom actually fell out and the queen almost fell on the ground. So let's not make that mistake again. Okay, let me get this back in and I'll just put this, let her go right back down in. Let's get this back in there. And I'll put her way at the end where I'm actually not going to inspect because I'm not going to inspect anywhere else for now. Let's get these back together right here. All right, let me smoke them out a bit so they can get out of there. All right, we got a lot accomplished today. Yeah, I'm happy already. All right, so we can get on down to my other hive. All right, so let me remove these strips. These are over the 56-day period while I'm here. And then I got a bee inspection coming up on September the 9th. I got to ask the inspector if it's okay if I film it, and I'll be able to show you what the building inspectors look for when they come. Oh boy, I said building inspectors. I meant apiary inspector. Okay, so here we go. We're putting Queenie back in. Queenie is in there with a blue dot on her back. So we're going to let her walk back into the hive. There she goes. All right, she's down. I just want to make sure she didn't fly away. Because if you pour her out on the top, she'll fly away. Sometimes they fly away. So I got her back down in. So this one is done. Let me get this back in. And we can close this up. Make sure we don't roll bees here. They don't like to be rolled. Oh, all right. Looks beautiful. Okay. Let's give them a little smoke. Get the queen excluder back on. Get them out the way. All righty. That was a 2-in-1 shot. Got the queen marked. Saw eggs, larvae, all that good stuff. Now we got to get the bees out the way so they don't get squashed. All right, that looks about it. Got a leaf under there. I hate when those leaves get in there. Okay. Now we can get this. All right, this is the bottom, or I should say the top. I'll let you give you a shot of that screen bottom board. Let you see what that looks like. So let's go over here for a minute. I just took this top off. So as you can see, this is how the screen bottom board works. The bees are corresponding with each other, but they can't touch through that screen right there. And the bees up here are separated from the bees in the bottom, but they share the same air and smell through here. So what I'm looking to do is inspect this hive over here just to see how the queen cells are doing. All right, so we're just gonna do a quick run through here. Should have some queen cells in here. All right. This is just a pollen and honey frame. So I'm just checking the resources because they're up here. They have a couple of field bees, but not a lot. So I'll check the resources out. All right, this is a resource frame. All right, resources. The bees are very good mechanical engineers. I'll tell you, they engineer these things where they don't move. And they got it propolized really well. Well, all I see here is resource frames, nectar, and honey storage there. Haven't seen a queen cell yet. Yep, just honey and pollen on those three. No queen cells yet. Hopefully it won't be a dud. Interesting. What's this? Oh, there. Oh, is that a queen cell? Oh, that might be. Yeah, look like the queen already hatched on that one. Well, let's see if we see a virgin queen. I see a drone. All right, let's keep going. Looks like the queen, one queen at least already hatched. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that's empty. Okay. I thought that was another open queen cell, but looked like they built the piece of wonky comb on here, which I'm going to break down. Oh, wow, it's full of honey. Ugh. How did they do that? All right, let me leave that. I don't want to induce any robbing. Yeah, all they doing is storing honey up here, nectar, I should say. All of the look like all of the brood hatched out. Looks like we do have one queen on the loose. I see an open queen cell. So let's check another one here. Oh, some of these still have. Oh, yes. Okay. So look, we got some. I don't know if this queen was killed. Right here, you see that cell? The bottom looks like it's open, and then it looked like they were breaking it down. So we do have some virgin queens on the loose. We do have some virgin queens on the loose. They're in here running around somewhere, or they'll be going out to get mated somewhere, or either the bees are covering them up. But that's like 3 of them I saw already. That's open, which is a good sign. So that means I'm right on time with the hatch dates. Yeah, it takes a queen 16 days to emerge from the time the egg is laid. So you got to be a math guy if you want to do beekeeping also, right? You got to know maths. Okay, I see an empty queen cup. Yep. All right, so this one is moving right along. So virgin queens are out. So the next 7 to 12 days, they'll be out trying to get mated. So the next time I come back in here, what I'll be looking for is to see eggs. Well, first see a virgin queen. I haven't seen her, but that doesn't necessarily mean she's not in here. They are good at hiding. All right, so that is a good sign. All right, this one's pretty heavy. Oh, this is loaded with nectar and a little bit of capped honey on it. Okay, so what they pretty much doing now is just gathering up nectar, because what happens is there's no queen in here, so none of these cells are being used by the queen because there's not a mated queen. So what you can see they're doing is just storing honey in these cells. They're waiting for these right here to emerge. These are worker bees, and they'll start packing all these cells with honey. Same thing on that side. They're doing the same thing there. So good thing is I see some open queen cells, which means queens have gotten out. So like the last one we just inspected, we just wait and we come back and we check for I'm wondering if they have enough bees in here. The thing is, you trick the field bees into going down in the bottom, but now they have a lot of space to defend, and you risk the possibility of not being able to defend it. And what that means is your hive beetles become active, which we don't want them to become active because they are hive spoilers. They'll spoil all of this honey I just showed you. They'll come in here and lay their eggs, and the eggs will hatch, and their larvae will ferment, defecate in the honey and ferment it. And then that's it for that. You can't use that. You got to get rid of those screens, pressure clean them, clean off all the comb. I spray them with hydrogen peroxide before I reuse them. Or you can just throw them away. It's up to how hygienic you want to be. I know some people are really, really hygienic, and they say, oh, if a hive beetle slime it out, I'm not using it. But you can. You just got to pressure wash it, clean off all the wax, re-wax it, sanitize it, spray it down with some hydrogen peroxide. Like I say, that's what I would do. Scrape it all off, pressure wash everything off and then spray it down with some hydrogen peroxide. Let it sit for a couple hours, then rinse it off. Then what I do is put it in the freezer. Okay, so we got some queen cells open, which means we got a virgin queen on the loose. That's what I wanted to see. Yeah, that's a good concept, but there's some advantages and disadvantages, especially where the hive beetles come into play. Okay, let's close them back up. And I just want to share some tips with you about what we just saw on the video. You know, that was the hive that I couldn't tell if they had swarmed or not, but now I kind of believe they did. I'll tell you why, because two things: the old queen is gone and the new queen is gone. My conclusion is a small swarm left that hive with the queen, because as I continue to inspect it, I notice the honey supplies had dwindled down. When I was expecting to get at least 100 pounds of honey, we only harvest like 65. And so I started watching it, and then I noticed that sure enough, there was no eggs one day, no young larvae. So I come to that conclusion when I made that video, was like, hey, did my queen swarm? So that answers that question. And that's how you respond to problems that you have. The first thing you do is don't panic. Don't panic. Just gather yourself together and try to figure out what happened and to find a solution for it. So inspection went well, as you saw. We saw the queen. I marked her. We had some eggs in there, young larvae, cap pupa. And so that nest is on the rebound. Still aggressive, though, in a way. Well, I shouldn't say aggressive. I mean, if you interfere with their hive, they have to defend it. So it's just normal bee activity, but a little more than I expected. Let's put it that way. And so the second one, I had the double screen board on it, and I inspected that. Now, let's talk about that one a little bit, because there's some advantages and disadvantages, as you saw. Now, the purpose of that double screen board is to prevent swarming, or you can hatch queens in that top box, and that's what I was using it for, to hatch some queens to start another colony for my yard in Delray. So there's 6 doors. So on the left side, you have door 1 and 2. 1 is on the top, 2 is on the bottom. On the opposite side of that, you have 3 and 4. 3 is on the top, 4 is on the bottom. And at the back, you have 5 and 6, with 5 being on the top and 6 being on the bottom. So what I figured out is all the odd numbers is used for the top hives where the queen is being hatched. And the bottom numbers, or the even numbers, are used for the hive below that it's separated from. So what I found out is that you trick the field bees out of the top box where the queen is being raised. Because if you have too much field bees in there, they know direction and they can lead a swarm away when you have some virgin queens hatch. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if that hadn't already happened. There was bees in there, but I thought there would be a whole lot more bees, unless they all went back down into the bottom box. Because the purpose is to open door number 1 for 7 days, let them come out, orientate, learn the area, and then they send out field bees. Well, the next 7 days, you close door 1 and you open door 2, And then to replace door 1, you open door 3 on the opposite side. So now they start coming out on the other side. And then you just repeat that process. So after the next 7 days, you would close up door 2, and then you would open door 3. No, you would close door 3, and then you would open door 4. So now the bees are coming out of door 4 and orienting over on that side. And then once they do that, then the next couple days, then you open up, well, the next 7 days, let me get it straight. It works in 7. So the next 7 days, you would close door 3, open door 4, and open door 5. So door 5 will be for the top bees, and door 4 will be for the bees at the bottom. So the door 5 is the door that the queen uses to go out on her mating flight. So that's the door she'll return back into. And the reason for that is they used to have that door on the front. And when the queen came back from her mating flight, she would actually go in the front of the bottom hive because of all the bee activity. And you know what happened then? You can't have 2 queens. They would kill her. And then that top box would be left without a mated queen. So the adjustment was to put the 5th and the 6th door at the back of the hive and to have no doors on the front of the hive. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put up a little chart for you so you can see all of that and try to understand what I'm saying, because when I talk about it, I know it's hard for you to understand what I'm saying with all these different doors. But if you see it on a piece of paper and you hear me talking about it, then you can kind of get it corrected in your head. But anyway, both inspections went well. And we do have some virgin queens out in that top box. I didn't see any. So hopefully I didn't disturb them, because when they come back off a mating flight and you have that box pulled apart, then they don't know where to go in the door, and they might end up going in the bottom hive and getting killed. So that's why you don't want to disturb the nest while the queen is out on a mating flight. And I guess they were a little bit ahead of me. I had it timed today for 14 days, so they should have been just hatching, but it looked like they hatched a while back. Maybe a day or so ago. Maybe I was off by a day or 2, which is fine. So anyway, thank you for watching, and keep on watching. We'll have more videos coming for you. And please drop me a comment if you have any questions or any ideas, anything you see I could do differently. Please let me know. I'm not a master beekeeper. I don't know it all. I'm just sharing a few educational videos with you. So until the next video, peace, love, joy, and happiness.